Hi there, myself Madhav Jha. I welcome you to CodeChef and let's have a look at this question.
The problem is eventually equal. The problem difficulty is easy and there are no prerequisites. Let's have a read at the problem. You are given three positive integers a, b and c. You would like to make the integers a and b equal to each other. To achieve this, you have to follow two types of move available to you. The first move is that we will replace a by the GCD value of a comma c, and in the same operation we'll replace b again by GCD of b comma c. Note that both of these have to be made simultaneously. It is not allowed to replace only a or only b. The second type of operation is that you will increase the value of c by 1. We need to find the minimum number of moves needed to make a and b equal using the above two types of move. Each type of move can be used as many times as you like and in any order that we want. It can be proved that it is always possible to make the value of a and b equal after a finite number of moves. So for the input format, we have three test cases, and for each test case, on a single line we have three space separated integers. These will be a, b and c. As for the output, we simply have to output on a new line the minimum number of moves needed to make a and b equal. As for the constraints, number of test cases will go from 1 to 10 raised to 5 and values of a, b and c will go from 1 to 10 raised to 9. Let's see some sample inputs. So for the very first sample input, the value of a and b is 5. Since both of them are already equal, we don't need to make any move. Therefore, the answer is 0. For the second sample input, the value of a is 7, value of b is 6, and value of c is 13. Now GCD, as the name suggests, is greatest common divisor. So what we are doing is, when we are doing GCD of 7, 13 here, or you would like to do GCD of 6, 13 here, we are trying to find the greatest common divisor or an integer that can divide both 7 and 13. Since 13 is a prime number, the only numbers that can divide it are 1 and 13. Now among 1 and 13, the only number or the largest number that can divide 7 is 1. Therefore, GCD of 7 and 13 is 1. Same goes for GCD of 6 and 13. Now, this is the first operation. Now, just by performing the first operation, both the values are now equal. Therefore, it was required of us to only perform one operation. Let's see how we can approach the solution. Now, what can be the different cases? First could be that A is already equal to B. If that is the case, our answer is 0. If this is not the case, then we'll try to find GCD of both, and then if it is equal, then the answer is 1. Now if our answer is not 0 or it's not 1, then what we are left to do? We have already performed the operation and we know that they are not equal. The only thing left to do is increment C. Now once we increment C, again we will have to take GCD, right? Now if we do so, we need to check whether it is equal or not. But here's a fact, it will always be equal. Now why do I say that? So once we have performed the GCD here, what we have done is we have performed GCD between A, C. That is well and good. Then we increment the value of C to C plus 1. It is nothing but, now if you perform again the operation, now it is GCD of A, C, right? We have already transformed it with C plus 1. Now if you see C and C plus 1, the greatest common divisor between these two is nothing but 1. So just by performing this operation, we are always sure that the GCD will converge to 1. So in just 3 operations, it is possible to always convert these numbers to 1. That is, first we will perform the GCD. That is not enough, right? We increment the value of C, then we again perform GCD. So when we first perform the GCD, there can be some other value. Then we increment the value of C to C plus 1. And now that we perform GCD again, we are sure that both the values have already become 1. So in these 3 steps, we can always make A and B equal. So all that's left is just to check whether 0, 1 and 3, right? 3 is always possible. So what is missing? That is 2. So 2 would be nothing but directly performing the value, that is C is equal to C plus 1, and then performing GCD. If it is equal, the answer is 2. So all in all, there are only 4 possible answers: 0, 1, 2 and 3. So 0 is that they are already same, right? 1 is that we'll simply perform GCD and check whether now if they are same. And third is that we first increment C and then we apply GCD. And third and final is we first apply GCD, then we increment C, and then we again perform GCD. And by this end, all of them have already become 1. And with this, we'll get our solution. Let's see how we can implement the solution in C++. So for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take the input of A, B, and C. And then we check all the 3 values, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if the integers A and B are already same, the answer is 0. If GCD, that is performing just the first operation, makes them equal, the answer is 1. If incrementing C and then applying the first operation of GCD makes them equal, the answer is 2. If all of these fail, the third is very simple. First apply GCD, then increment C, and then again apply GCD. At this point, we are sure that both A and B have become 1. And as we have seen in the approach, the answer is just 3. And as you can see, I have EC in my C++ implementation. Let's see how we can implement this in Python. Again, for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take input of A, B, and C. Then we check all the values. If they are already same, we print 0. If applying the first operation, that is A becomes GCD of A and C, and B becomes GCD of B and C. If first operation makes them equal, the answer is 1. Otherwise, we first increment the value of C and then apply the first operation. If now they are same, the answer is 2. Otherwise, in all other cases, we can always make them equal in 3 steps. And as you can see, I have EC in Python implementation as well. So I hope you understood the problem, the approach, and how we can implement the solution in both C++ and Python. Have a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video.